just under the surface. This western lowland gorilla is filled with secrets. Inside, these gorillas are built on a complicated structure called an armature. This silverback gorilla had to be rebuilt to the exact measurements of its original bone structure. The body was modeled around this armature in clay by a pair of professional taxidermists named the Jonas Brothers, using detailed measurements taken from the lowland gorilla. The brothers would then make a plaster mold to be applied to the outside of the clay sculpture. A mold holds the shape of an object and can be used to recreate complicated shapes. When the mold was dry, the clay was removed from the inside and replaced with a papier-mâché material, creating a perfect lightweight copy of the gorilla's musculature. The thick, dark hide of the gorilla was preserved so that it could be pulled around the papier-mâché cast. Once the skin was in place, the hide was sewn together with careful accuracy to disguise any trace of the papier-mâché cast beneath the skin. Finally, the hair of the gorilla was brushed to recreate the natural movement by the gorillas in their habitat. This process is the art of taxidermy. Taxidermy helps us educate the public and bring more awareness around the conservation of these endangered animals. The rainforest is a truly amazing place, and an inspiration as well. This rich green landscape is one of the most important parts of the Gorilla Diorama here at the Academy of Natural Sciences. With conservation in mind, the Academy wanted to bring these animals to life in the context of their natural habitat. This painting was made the same year that these animals were collected in the then Belgian Congo in 1934 by a team of scientists, researchers, and artists from the Academy. The painter of the backdrop was a well-known muralist and landscape painter by the name of C.C. Rosenkrantz. Rosenkrantz painted this scene from field photography, personal sketches, and on-site studies of the gorillas in their rainforest habitat. The tall, distant trees and abundant plant life indicate a healthy environment for the lowland gorillas to roam free. Being a largely nomadic species, these gorillas have always needed vast lands to search for food. These humble creatures live in a tropical climate, leaving many of them endangered by deforestation and poaching for human agricultural land. By placing these beautiful creatures in their natural habitat, the Academy hopes to share with the public the knowledge of what these animals need to survive and how these places have changed over time by human interferences. The lowland gorilla is a strict vegetarian. These hungry animals eat a wide range of plant parts found in their rainforest habitat. These include leaves, shoots, stems, wood, roots, flowers, fruits, and grubs. Their favorite snacks are the small red berries held by one of the gorillas here in the diorama. All of their food is collected by hand and prepared with the hands and teeth for eating. More than half of their day is spent eating. The other half of their day is spent resting on the forest floor or upon the trunks of large trees, where the adults will nap while the young ones play, learning their place in the band as they grow. These primarily docile creatures can eat up to 40 pounds of raw vegetation on any given day. That means that a gorilla can eat the equivalent mass of 4 medium-sized bowling balls every 24 hours. All of their energy must go towards feeding and finding food, leaving time for frequent naps in between. The western lowland gorillas are labeled as critically endangered as a result of a series of human interferences. The gorillas have been pushed into smaller and more isolated territories due to deforestation in the rainforest, which has increased the number of poachings by hunters who kill the gorillas for trophies and bushmeat. Although illegal, at least 5% of the northeastern Congo gorilla population are poached every year, along with the capture of baby gorillas for the pet trade. Deforestation is the removal of healthy forest land through a process called clear-cutting. Clear-cutting opens up fertile farmland for humans to grow food but destroys the natural habitat of thousands of animal and plant species, including that of the western lowland gorillas. One of the most important steps in the making of the dioramas here at the Academy of Natural Sciences was wax casting. Almost all of the plants, leaves, and other foliage are made from the process of wax casting. Each leaf that you see here was carefully cast in a warm wax and set to dry. The wax is poured into a hand-pressed mold based on the species of plant that the leaf belongs to. The plant was pressed through a few cotton sheets and a wire stem placed in the mold during the casting process to bind the wax and keep it from breaking in the future. Then each leaf is hand-painted to recreate the natural coloration of the diverse plant life of the tropical rainforest ecosystem. Each leaf, vine, and tree bark is unique to the real foliage of the Congolese rainforest. Having these plants made by hand allowed for the artist to recreate highly detailed and unique replicas of the rainforest plant life from the Congo as it was in 1934. From the smallest detail of an insect-chewed leaf to the grand drama of the great apes of the Belgian Congo, this diorama is a true work of art. The scientists and artists behind this diorama used these respected creations to promote the conservation of these unique rainforest animals and plants, and for the greater education, research, and understanding of Earth's vast diversity.